Hello, everybody. Just gonna let everybody from the other voice channel come in here if they want to. In game, everybody settle down, take a seat, relax, make yourself comfortable. Alrighty. So I mostly wanted to take this opportunity to thank everybody for playing. Civclassic may have been created by us, and I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but it really is all of you, the players, that make the server what it is. Not only are you all the ones who keep this server and other servers alive, but you're responsible for all the ways that this server impacts people's lives. Um, the server at most is a platform, but I'm sure many of you have made very real connections. I've made very real connections in my 10 years as part of this community. And I know I'm not alone that those connections have genuinely affected my life in a positive way. I know that it's really frustrating and upsetting to see a server shut down, especially after so much time. I've been there. But I was recently reminded of what TTK2 said when he shut down Civcraft and went away. He said that while his time running things was finished, that there was a clear framework to build a Civ server off of. And I think that still holds true, even if it's not the same framework that it was 5 years ago. The plugins are all freely available and open source. There's a breadth of knowledge in the community from how to set up and run and actually administrate a server, to the balance side, to the actual plugin coding. And all it takes is someone who's willing to actually put in the work to set it up and do the balance and run the thing. Civclassic, I think, has done a really great job to keep the community afloat, but it's very clear that the community is strong and passionate. I mean, there's literally 134 people here just for this stupid little end of the world speech from a guy who hasn't even really been around. Um, and I'm really, really excited to see what's going to come next. Now, I think Bagi wanted to say something. If you want to come up to the podium.
Hi. This is honestly, this is strange. I do remember 5 years ago. Well, when TTK did shut down the original Civcraft, and I remember all the lag in and all that. And I remember talking with Teal around that time of just starting a play test server, basically, where we would throw ideas out and just see where people lead to, and then just Civcraft just ended, and we were faced with the opportunity to start another server, and that was like 4.5 years ago, and it just it is very difficult for me to say how just amazing a lot of just taking a like basically a God's eye view at looking how people act, seeing the small connections, the even the big ones, and how they flow across each other. Wing, do you have anything?
Yeah. Let me in. Hello, everybody. I think it is spectacular to see so many people here. I cannot believe we're at over 130 players all here in this one spot. And I think that just speaks to the monumental feat that Civclassic has been. It's had its ups and downs for sure. I mean, there are times when the server had only 10 people online, and there are times when the server had 100 people online. And the fact that we've had so many resurgences and so many of us had so many chances to build new nations and see the server. And I think it's fantastic that we're all here. And I want to give a shout out to all the other admins who spent a whole lot of time on the server far before I did. Teal, Baggy, Lord of Marzipan, DS Klaus, Maxopoly, all of them contributed to what Civclassic was, and all of them helped make it run smoothly. We're on 1.16 with pretty smooth performance because of the work everybody has put in, and of course, all you players as well. I think it's fantastic to see all of you supporting the server, and even when the server was in downswings, you all kept putting your faith in the admin team, contributing to the server, and helping it grow. A lot of the development work that's been done is because of the community and the open source plugins, and all of you are as much Civ Classic as any of the rest of us. So I just want to thank you all for being here. And the only other note I want to make is I fully support Teal, and I know it was a very hard decision to make, and I totally believe in it. And I think that it's on to more things for the Civ community.
Thank you, both of you. We put out a call for players to tell stories or just say a few words if they wanted to. Um, so we'll get to that now. Let's see. It looks like Greggy isn't here, unfortunately. So we will move on to Naga. If you're, how do I do this? The names in Discord are not in alphabetical order. Give me a second. Naga, if you're here, could you go ahead and request to speak because I cannot find your name. Oh, there you are.
Oh, you meant Nagliver.
Oh, yeah,
I've
that's
literally
sorry.
never heard anyone call me Naga before.
I read it as Naga. There you go. Podium
Rip.
spot.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
So it's been really only a year and a half since I joined the server. But it's been just a great experience all around. And I know a lot of us have a lot left unfinished, and as much as that sucks, it's still great that we get to still continue this genre, that we have Wing and Blue and Soundtech and Ari doing the Civ and C next for us, and so I look forward to seeing all of you there. And I'd like to just thank everyone who was here along the way. I'd like to give a special shout out to everyone from PSEM who helped me get started when I first joined the server, especially Shin and Rimbet. The Asenians and Chris Crispy for providing us a second home when we left. Oko for giving me a free vault. Thank you very much. Very cool. And just all the other friends I have along the way. It's been an honor serving you with Titan Industries, and we look forward to being your preferred product seller on the next iteration. So, bye from Titan Industries, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, we have Chris Crispy. Again, if you can request to speak, I cannot. There we go.
Am I speaking? Am I on? Can you guys hear me? All right, cool. Cool. Oh, do I get to go up to the stage?
You do.
Oh, shit. I almost fell off the stage. Hey, guys. It's been a great 4 years for a lot of you, and it's been a good 2.5 years for me. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on the server. When I first joined this server, I was down and out of the Civ genre. I mostly joined it out of pure boredom in college. I was wrapping up my studies there, and I had nothing to do. And we had built a studio in my house, but it wasn't being used because we all basically hated each other at that point. Nobody was cleaning the dishes. And so I went back to a server in a genre that I played when I was in high school, which was Civ. And I refounded Icenia with the purpose of invading Varconia because Mikhail and Greggy had lava bombed the town at the end of the server. And I had quit. So I didn't expect to be here long. I did not expect to make the friends I did in this community. I did not expect Icenia to go anywhere. But it did. And we somehow succeeded in every way imaginable that I think I've ever wanted to succeed in Civ. Yes, thank you, everybody. Sneed. Everybody type Sneed in the chat when I'm speaking here. This is an important meme. Icenia succeeded because of the people within it, though. It was not just me. I want to be expressly clear about that. I more so serve as a figurehead for Icenia. I do make some decisions, but I rely on a lot of very smart people and a lot of very great people who I'm blessed to call friends, who help me make decisions and who sometimes make decisions themselves. I think these people know who they are. A lot of them are sitting here right now. But Naglifer is one of them, or Naga. ADH, Enforcer 15. Icenia could not be where it is today without Enforcer 15. Charlie Cheese, who came from Yowaddle to join Icenia for whatever reason. Soundtech, who's ascending to a mod. Quantum Biscuit. John Patchy, even, he's here right now. And the list just goes on of these people. I'm reading through Lord Chieftain, Dreaded Nova, Mr. Jeremy Fisher, the entire government there. Just all these people who have come together to just really help form, I think, one of the greatest towns on this server. And I know that's opinionated, but it's my home, and I feel a special connection to it. We built a vault. We won a war. I'd say we helped win a war. And it's just been a fantastic time. It's taken me from the point where I was still in college to where I am now with a professional career. And it's been a major portion of my life. I truly appreciate the friendships here. I truly appreciate the fun times. And I do have one story before I get off the stage. And the story involves a moment during the Infinity War. It's pretty funny. I think I posted it in the confessional thread, but I'm sure NATO wanted my Pearl simply for the sheer purpose that it would be funny in the way that it would be funny to Pearl BGBBA. You get a rise out of me. I'm very inclined to post funny things in the Discord. So we were going to go cover some traps over in Polska during the siege of Columbia, because we had finally broken through NATO lines, and it had taken like 2 months of just sitting in trenches World War I style out in Columbia and watching Valeria get obby bombed to hell for that entire duration. It was very hard to do. It was very tedious. It was very, very annoying. Ami, I'm almost done. And I was in charge of putting Abi on traps, so essentially Abi bombing Polska, and your average Rick put me in a item frame that I was going to go exiled. And I asked him, I said, will I be freed when I'm in Polska? Will my Pearl despawn? He said no. And what ended up happening was I was on a bridge in Polska with NATO fighters closing in on me on Interpol. They just wanted to kill me, and my Pearl got freed. Had it not been for that badly designed bridge, I would have not been able to jump off over the rail, and I would have died, and it would have been a huge meme. So that was a funny story for my time here. That was the time they almost got Chris Crispy. I've only been pearled once. I've lived this entire server in more ways than one, and I truly appreciate all of you. God bless Icenia. God bless the UDF. And Sneed. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chris. That was wonderful, truly. That concludes the official portion of this event. Our closing is
Huh.
it's a bit slower than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a wave of killer bunnies, but if anyone else would like to say something, we'll move into the sort of impromptu part of this event. If anyone just has any stories they want to tell, go ahead and add a request to speak and maybe send a message with what you want to say. We're going to keep our finger on the mute button, so don't get any funny ideas, but I've gotten quite a few DMs of people asking if they can say something, so we'll go ahead and do that now. If you want to request to speak, I believe there's a button on Discord. I don't really know how it works because I don't have to request to speak.
Yeah, we got quite a few people queued up requesting to speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch over to my phone really quick.
Oh crap, okay. Let me go up front. Oh, it's a wall, okay. Oh shit, okay. Let me take a good photo. Oh, okay. Okay, hello all. I don't have much to say, but I hope you all have a good day. This iteration was pretty fun. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Shoutouts to people include Commonwealth for being the reason why I exist in the first place. Yawaddle for being Yawaddle, and Yaltlin for essentially being like basically protecting me in Southshire. But besides that, I hope you all have a good day, and I do not have much else to say. So, Teal, boot me out of here, and I'm gonna go back to sitting.
Hey everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for letting us play in EM. That was a blast. I didn't expect to have so much fun playing Civ again, since the last time I had played it was in early 2.0. So it was a blast to play with you guys. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Stim, the Chancellor of PASM, in case you don't know. I'd like to thank a whole variety of people. PASM has been here since the very beginning. We founded PASM on June 12th of 2017. Back then, Rambet, PL Grey Hot, also known as Tiger Ace 826, and I walked onto the island that is now known as PASM. And it was little more than a small collection of trees. And now in that same place, there are skyscrapers, exchanges, shops, etc. And so we just like to thank everyone who helped build that. I have a whole list of names. There are about 80 names, so I won't go through everyone. But of course, I'd like to thank Rambet. I'd like to thank Naglafer. I'd like to thank BL Grey Hot, MB3 Player, Pate, Wheaties, Charlie C's, Rizzle King, Garrett, Rao. I mean, I cannot go through all the names. I'd also like to thank our allies throughout all the years. People have helped defend PSM. People have helped us get resources. We've had great neighbors, Hayatland and Yortol. You've all been fantastic. And honestly, the last 4 or so years have been great. And we very much look forward to returning to PSM in the future on the new iteration. And we hope to see you all there. So thank you all very much. And I look forward to hearing everyone else's experiences.
The fantastic thing about voice chat is I get to find out that it's not Packham.
Thank you, Stem. Also, if your Discord name does not match your in-game name, please DM me because I don't know who you are.
Wait, hello?
Is Frenson speak?
Hello? Oh. Wait, am I speaking? Oh, crap.
Go ahead.
Not.
Yeah, sorry. Not sure what I was gonna say, but yeah, thanks for the time. And yeah. Also, yeah, I don't really know what to say.
That's okay. I didn't really know what to say coming into this either.
Oh. Yeah. Been here for
thank
4
you.
years.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I've been here for like 4 years, and remember when I first joined? It was from a Reddit post I saw on /r Minecraft about Civcraft 2.0. And I looked on the person's Reddit profile. The person I later found out was Badash, but I looked on his profile and I saw that his the server that he was playing on was Civclassics, and I thought that Civclassics and 2.0 screenshots I saw were the same server. So I joined Civclassics wanting to join Orion. It's kind of funny. I figured out that Orion didn't exist. And yeah, it's actually the reason why I joined Columbia was because I saw Orion was in the northwest of the map, and I decided to settle near Lexington. And then the Somber War started, and I kind of figured that I had to move out of Lexington. And so I looked on the subreddit, and KDX posted, that Columbia was starting up, and I live right next to Columbia, so I decided to join it. And,
didn't really imagine that I'd still be here like 4 years later, talking to everyone at the end of the server. Also, I learned how to draw because of this server, so that was I have Civclassic to thank for that. Anyways, that's about it. Sorry, this is kind of spurgy.
Thank you, Nat.
Oh yeah, toothpaste.
And
Oh
Also-
god.
wait,
So it's very nerve-wracking doing this because I've spent so much time with most of you. I joined Civ Classics on the first day, and I went to join a nation with Goblin, thinking that we would make a nation called Australia. That lasted 2 days. My story since then has been very long. I want to thank all of you for being here and making the experience as much as good as it was. It made my life better and made it quite bearable, even when I needed it most. Even if I was negative towards most of you or some of you, I still appreciate you for what you did. I really do appreciate it, and I hope we can at least at some point all just have a good time together and just remember the good times. That's all that matters, because this is just a game. Who cares? And yeah, thank you for everything that this server's created. I really appreciate it. And you're
Thanks,
all
Cameron.
amazing. All of you, including you, Teal and Wing and everything. You really did create something amazing here. Thank you.
I'm gonna skip on the teleporting because it's just difficult. If someone else wants to do it, that's fine. Otherwise, Frenson and I will be stand-ins for the speakers.
Right.
Go ahead, your go.
So, thank you for giving me the chance to speak here. First, really want to say thank you to all the admin team, especially Wing, because he's been pretty much the main public figure running the show for the time that I've really played. I first kind of joined Civ in 2019, which was a while ago for me at least. I was actually introduced to it by Covio, which some of you might find interesting, and Green Kitten, which are people who haven't played the server in a very long time. And I never really played back then. I basically just looked around and stared at builds and rode like the railways. And I never really got into Civ until this year, actually, this summer, or really late spring, when I lost my previous job. I kind of had nothing to do for a while, and I came and joined Civ. I started playing in EotW, and so Civ's really been an awesome thing for me, being able to, have not only something autistic to dedicate time to, but also to make so many friends. All the Yoatlans and especially the Septembrians as well, that I've spent so much time playing the game with, not only on the server itself, but in Discord PvP bullshit like that. But oh my goodness. I'm going to ignore the chat for now. But I really want to say thank you to everyone, just for enjoying, this awesome server with us. I want to give some shout outs specifically to, Mokotowski, GDen12, Wacky Aki, BG, and Space Volcano for being kind of the core members of the Yoatlan government in the time that I've been able to serve there so far. All of you have been really, really awesome, and really just really close friends, really. I also want to give a shout out to Anime Master and Amalurite and Ari for participating in the Uatlan map art thing that I started, even though he didn't do a lot. That is something that I was really having fun with, and I am looking forward to continuing that. I know Anime has been asking me in messages to shill it a little bit, so I gotta give a shout out. He wants to continue that into whatever the next major server is. And I do want to gloat a little bit as well. You know, there are a lot of nations who have been out to get Uatl pretty much since the server started, right? It's my understanding that there are certain nations which may have the founding tenets of trying to destroy Uatl. And for those of you who hate Uatl, the Orange Wizards, OKXs, the Colossians and Colombians of the world, and all those folks, you know, I just want to say, you all lost to Uatl. You know, you sent all your men, and you did lose to fucking villagers with sticks. But yeah, thank you very much. You know, I've really loved playing Civclassic with all of you. You know, I really hope that all of you have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Hugo. Go ahead, Magnus. Whenever you're ready.
Hello. It is I, Magnus. It's been since 2000. It's been 6 years, actually. I think since I joined Civcraft 2.0 back in 2015. As you can imagine, you know, I've changed a lot since then. Probably, hopefully, you know, I was like 12 at the time. I mean, I almost got like a weird. I kind of maybe almost started to become a bit of a Nazi sympathizer, which wasn't good. So there's that. Thankfully, I stopped doing that soon. Because I lived near Polynesia. You know, the Pole Nation on Civcraft 2.0. And so, like, then oh dear, why is everyone booing me? I was on a lot of servers on Civcraft, Civclassic and Civcraft, and you know, I'm sorry. And so then I ended up. So anyway, so after a long period of, so I kept trying to create a nation called Benishire that never really took off well. But then I anyway, so like back in Civclassic 2.0 was founded anyway, which is where it really matters, everyone. Civclassic 2.0 was founded, and so I ended up becoming and so I decided to found, and so I was like, and so on the second day of the server, I sailed down a river and like found an island, and that island I built a castle based on Scottish tower houses, and because of on in that morning I saw a crow outside my window. I decided to call the tower Crow's Roost. Anyway, so that anyway, I ended up like kind of expanding my territory, and eventually like it kind of merged with like the neighboring Pinnacle, and led by a guy who was like 50 something, which was kind of weird, but like he was a cool guy. Ginge Chris, he was a cool guy. Then like anyway, it was a long story but short. It turned into the Great Kingdom of Verda, which wasn't that great, and then it kind of fell apart. But anyway, Civclassic kind of influenced me, probably has influenced me a lot. which was cool, I guess. So there's that. Oh dear. Sorry. I apologise for wasting everyone's time with that very awkward speech. So Verda is cool. Cool. Verda is Verda was well, fuck, I forgot what I was even going to say. Oh yeah, yes, so thank you everyone. Thank you Iria. Thank you the people Thalio from Verda and Knight Jacob and what's his name? Ginge Chris, although none of these people are here because they will probably all quit. Thanks, Iria, because you were the ones who introduced me to this stupid server and its types, and thanks, Cortesia Del Mar, you were cool. You're cool too, especially Engineering Bean. New Soul's cool. I like New Soul. It's kind of got a cool vibe. That's, I don't know. Mount Augusta was cool too when it was a thing. That's it, I think. This server's been pretty influential for my life, as you can tell. Since I played this when I was a kid. So yeah, that's it. And that is everything. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, Magnus.
Apologies for the weird speech.
It's okay. They're all kind of weird. Sorry if people didn't think their speeches were weird.
I don't think my speech is weird, thank you.
No, Baggy's was the only speech that wasn't weird.
Hello everyone. I'm Lokilog. I don't know if anyone really knows me. I'm sure you all knows me, but I just wanted to kind of give a short story and then say thanks to some people. I joined Civ in Devoted 3.0. And I actually only played on it for a couple months. I joined only a couple months before Civclassics launched, and then Devoted shut down. And I remember when Devoted shut down, I was really resistant to coming onto Civclassics. I forget exactly why. Something about it. I felt like it wouldn't be a good place for me, and so I avoided going there for a long time, even though I was really still into the idea of Civ. And when I finally did join, it was totally different than what I had expected. I first settled in Okashima, and Okashima wasn't like huge, but it had a nice little community feel to it. And when I eventually left to create Odoresh, that was what I kind of tried to replicate. And even though I wasn't successful there, after Odoresh was eventually merged into Yoatle, into the expanding Yoatlan Empire, Yoatle, in a way, I'm sad that I didn't get more integrated into Yoatle. Yoatle was a community. It really was the strongest civic community I've ever seen. It's massive. It's pretty tightly linked, and I do kind of regret not getting more integrated. But I just want to say thank you to really tons of people. I mean, first of all, ungodly amounts of thanks to my good friend Hidden Shantu, who used to be known as Crusher6581. We met on Devoted 3.0, and we've been doing our Civ stuff together ever since. So if you're here, I'm not sure if you are, thank you so much for being with me all these years. Thanks to Neotide and to Logan the Hermit and to Faithful and Squashmosh and all the other people who played and made Okashima what it was. Okashima was a really special thing to me in a way that I don't think any other nation could be. Thanks to Yoatle for, again, being such a great community and for taking in Odoresh and Okashima as province states after we went in activity. Yeah, thank you to everyone in this room for playing the server and making it what it was. I'm not going to pretend like Civ has some kind of amazing effect on my life like I know some other people have, and because that's just not true for me. I'm sure it is for lots of other people, but I was never that into Civ. But it's always been a nice, fun place for me to go and just chill and do politics without it actually meaning anything. So thank you, everyone. That's all I have to say.
Thanks, Loki. Next up, we have I don't even know Baniog. I don't really know how you pronounce that. Or we have Horcorp.
Is it okay if I speak early, or should I let the other guys speak first?
Well, they didn't join, so yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let me up on the podium. That's okay. Where do I?
What's your?
Or
I see.
it's in game. Literally. All right. Hello. So you might be asking, who the hell is this guy? I joined in 2019. Out of all places I could have joined from, I joined because of K. Like, I literally joined this server because of a gun board. I'd like to thank City Lion. I'd like to thank Mount Augusta. I'd like to thank the whole server here. You guys are great. Oh, come on. I mean, geez. I mean, he helped me get up on. I'd also like to thank the residents of Mount Augusta when they existed, and also Mount September. I'd like to thank everyone. Say the line. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that meme. My body count is 0. Sorry, this is a little awkward, but still, nonetheless, I had a great time in the server. Even though I pop in and out every once in a while. You guys are... What do you think of the current political climate?
This really isn't
sorry if
intended to
it's a
be a
little
Q&A session.
Teal, sorry if it's a little awkward.
It's okay. I try to just ignore
I'd still
the
like
chat.
to thank places like Passam. I'd like to thank the Arcadians. I'd like to thank pretty much everyone. I'd also like to thank the Colombian Olympic Committee for allowing me to participate in the Winter Olympics. Anyways, that's about it. I'm going to go now. Sorry if that's
Thanks,
a little
Horcorp.
awkward.
You're all good. Now we'll hear from Baniog. Please also tell me how you pronounce your name.
Well, hello. So yeah, it's Banyo. Hello, everybody. So, I'd like to say a few words, and I'm gonna be speaking a bit for Matrix Humor as well afterwards. So yeah, I was only dragged into this server just so Capri DM, also known as the founder of Lumbat, he can settle in the plus minus. I had no interest whatsoever to play in such server, especially in this genre, but due to interesting events, cool people, and the unique mechanics and plugins, this server kind of got me into sticking around. The people I met in this server has taught me many things. I've learned new skills, especially in building, and I'd say that Civclassic is not just a server. It's a place where you make memories, meet cool people, learn new things, and improve and develop yourself even personally. I would like to thank everyone who I've met, loved, and been friends with. And Classics will always be the best server I will ever belong to. To Lambat, Lusitania, my love, Gabon, and all the other nations existing, you all made the server and the whole community be a fun community to be in. As I always say to everyone, stay wholesome, everybody, and keep in touch. And a little special mention to the people that I've been with, Capri DM, especially Matrix Humor, Cloudy, Potato, AD, Creepion, Inverted, and a lot more people. I'd like to thank you. And for Metrix, he has sent me a message to um tell everyone. This is what he said. I joined Civ Classics on one of the very first days. always had a lot of fun. Throughout my years in Civclassic, I met a lot of awesome people and joined a lot of cool projects. And I want to give a special shout out to GJum, Speclang, Coolio Moose, Square Blob, Lodish, and the rest of the Bingus Brigade. I also want to thank the Coventian, Salsharian, Augustin, Lambatan, Gabonese, and many other awesome communities that I spent time with. Civ Classic was a huge part of my formative years, and all the memories that I made here, I will take them with me for the future. Having the opportunity to build Lusitania, create its very unique culture, and just enjoy drinking wine while playing around on the server was lovely, and I am looking forward to doing it again. Lastly, I want to thank the admin team for the amazing work they put out for years and for the opportunity that they gave me to experience this. It truly is an experience that cannot be replicated. That is all.
Thanks, Banyo. Next up, we have Evil X Fish. If Evil Fish isn't here, we'll come back to them. And in the meantime, Showpork.
Hey everyone, it's Showpork. I want to say I joined the server from the invitation of Olivai, which we played together in Civcraft 2.0, and he was in Lexington back then. So I joined Lexington, and I've been there till the end, till it crashed, and we lost the war. And it really taught me a lot about my values and who I'm loyal to, and what my values are. And I think it really changed me in a lot of ways. And I don't know if I'm only talking to myself or like anyone else can relate to this, but Civ Classic gave me an outlet when I was going through a lot of difficult stuff in my life, and it really helped me to deal with it. And that's it. Like, thank you, everyone, and that's it. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Showpork. You can go ahead now, Evil Fish.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize I had to actually accept it. So, oh shit, fell off the podium. 1 second. Over
And
my
actually,
years.
Before you start, I'm going to bring up the next person into the room, so we have someone on deck. Alador, if you're around, accept your invite. Go ahead, Evil Fish.
Over my years, from the time I was in high school up until, very recently, where I've just finished my PhD, I've played on many different Minecraft servers. Some with all sorts of wacky and crazy mods, from nuclear missiles to complicated factories. But I've seen these servers come and go, and none of them I really cared that deeply about. They didn't move me in the same way. And Civ Classics is truly special in that regard. And honestly, the creators and the admin team have done such an amazing job of creating not just a Minecraft server, but a very special community. A community where Minecraft isn't just the game, where you place blocks and make amazing group projects like the one we're stood in here today, but also far more than that. From writing laws for your nation to even a national anthem I did at one point. Railways, big projects, where you code to try and work out the most efficient ways to produce things and make bots, that kind of thing. There's so much to this server. And honestly, when I heard it was closing, it honestly made me really sad for quite a while. And I would just like to thank each and every one of you for making this a very special place. In particular, though, I'd like to thank people like British Wanderer, Goblin, that kind of thing, and Michele as well, who honestly helped me to make it very special for me. It's a shame that it's closing. I'm not sure the reasons why exactly, but I'm sure the admin team have good reasons, and I hope the Patreon funds go to something good as well, the ones that are left over. And I'd like to once again thank you all very much, and thank you for hearing me fumble through this. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thanks, Evil Fish. I'm gonna bring up BG on deck if you want to accept your invite, and Alador. Go ahead.
Alright. Hello, y'all. I'm Alador. Me and my friend Physics Gamer joined the server probably less than 2 months ago. I personally walked about 10 blocks and immediately fell into Southshire's defensive infrastructure, so that was a nice encounter getting that resolved. I just wanted to say a few words that I think that this is a truly unique place, truly unique community. I've been blown away by what I've seen in my short time. Everyone's been super friendly. Yeah, it's nice to see everyone gathered here together. I've never been at an end of the world party before, and I'm looking forward to starting anew with all of you. Cool.
Thanks, Alador. Looks like BG. Oh, there he is. All right, I'm gonna bring up Enna on deck, and go ahead, BG.
All right. Well, I don't know how much of an introduction any of you need to me, but I didn't really have a speech prepared because I didn't realize that I would even be allowed up here. First of all, I would like to thank the admin team for all the hard work that they've done. Civclassics unquestionably has been the most successful Civ server in my opinion. I think that it far surpassed 2.0. I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not sad to see it closing, because it is sad to see it closing. But at the same time, I think that ultimately we as a community do need to move on. I think that Teal is correct that this is an opportunity for something new. And I have full faith in Wing Zero and the new admin team on the next iteration. So with that, I would like to apologize for a lot of my behavior earlier in the server. Teal, especially, you really didn't deserve to get BG'd in the way that you got BG'd. You're a pretty cool lad, and I hope that the Patreon money goes towards the next server, but if it goes towards a nice pair of shoes, I think that you've earned them. All right, with that said, Yawaddle has been around for almost 10 years now, and we're not going anywhere. This is a bump in the road, but it is far from the end. Same thing with everybody that I know in the UDF. You know, you guys in Yawaddle and in the UDF have been some of the best friends that I've ever had in my entire life. You guys are great, great people. And this server has lasted longer than most of my real life friendships and romantic attachments, jobs, all that. This server has been the constant in my life, ups and downs with it. And I hope that people don't view this as a serious disaster for the community. I've been in a lot of end of the world scenarios, and this is one of the first ones that I feel like there's much more of an element of hope. It reminds me a lot of the 2.0 end of the world. I know that I'm rambling for quite a bit, but I do have a couple shout outs that I would like to give, in particular for Enforcer for keeping our strange little UDF family together for 2 years now. I'd like to thank the people in the coalition for helping to rid the server of some of the worst members of the community that we have ever seen. And I would like to thank the admin team for being a lot more proactive about banning certain people. It's been my opinion that the core thing that needs to change about Civ is that some people are just simply too toxic to play. And I hope that on the next iteration they stay gone. There are some people who I think have really exhausted their chances. And on a more positive note, here's to 4 more years, because this server lasted for more than 4, so we know that it can happen. So here's to another 4 years, and the gore will be coming back. So success breeds jealousy. 4 more years. Above ground rails are better than underground rails. The Connie was well intentioned but poorly executed. Sorry, Amel. And I'll see you guys all on the other side, including those of you that I don't really like. So we'll see, and long live the Great Flush. 4 more years. Thank you, everybody, for a great fucking time.
Thanks, BG. And I don't want to disappoint anybody, but kind of moved on from shoes. You know, it's been like 4 years, so sorry about that. I don't mean to ruin the meme. Leica, go ahead and join to be on deck, and Enna, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Inna?
Sorry about that. I think because I muted them. Enna, if you're here, go ahead. You're unmuted. Okay, Enna, if you still want to speak, we can come back to you, but we can't hear you if you want to sort out your audio issues. Just request to speak again. Pepsi, if you want to go ahead, and I'm going to bring up Ame63.
Alrighty. I know a lot of people probably don't like me very much. That's completely okay, but I'm just gonna keep that out of the way and just get on with it. I started playing this server sometime in 2018. It was very interesting. I actually found out about this server through my brother. Back in like 2016. It was crazy. What happened was my brother got pearled by fuck, I forget their names, but he got pearled by them, and he got me unbanned by TTK, and I went and world downloaded their vault so he could break himself out. It's not the best introduction to Civ story, but it did go. And then later on, I tried to get unbanned on Devoted because I actually wanted to play. And then Bonkill just kind of laughed in my face and said, "Oh, lol, I know who your brother is. He VPNs on my server. Screw off." So it was pretty funny. But yeah, no, I started playing classics in 2018 with Gensokyo because I stumbled upon them in 3.0, and I'm gonna be honest, Gensokyo was a fucking great time. Back in 2018, I think I logged in this server for the first time in 2017. So we started building, and I remember the days, running through Gensokyo when there was nothing there. It was just solid trees, and I've held such a high regard for the terrain on this server. I don't know why. It's just got that personal connection. So yeah, 2018 was super fun. I came on with a bunch of school friends, and we built a little town, and it was fun. So what ended up happening later on is, eventually I joined Colombia after a lot of stuff, and Colombia was pretty fun too for the war. We hung out in our vault, hid in the vault, and, fought NATO for a while, and that went very well. And, went through a bit of a rough patch in December 2020, February 2021. Went through some shit, and when I came out of it, I had a lot of people to support me on here, so very thankful for that. And, I'm just genuinely glad that there was that community there to, support everybody, which was great. Yeah, and thank you to every single person in Kalos. It was fucking amazing. Great run. I was so happy to, be able to play with you guys at the end of the server, and it's been an honor, man. So yeah, thank you, Tio, for the last fucking 4 years, man. It's been awesome.
Thanks, Pepsi. Ame, if you want to go ahead, and Low Tough, we're going to bring you up to go next.
Thank you very much. I would like to begin by telling a bit of a story. I know everyone has said a story, but I kind of want to tell mine too. So it started with this year. I am still a relatively new friend, and I joined on the 24th of January. I joined a relatively new nation that was called Mud September, established on an island that was just east of the old Mount Augusta. The old inhabitants of the islands later came to be known as the natives. Disappeared under suspicious circumstances, but that's a story we can go into another time. So 6 days later, after first joining, I was given a job by the residents of Mount September. The job of being the third judge. I was definitely not ready, and I was definitely nervous. I had no idea how the server worked, I had no idea what to do, but I was very, very well guided by friends that I had on the Supreme Court. I would like to thank everyone who made Mount September what it was, a city that welcomed all. And even though we had bad times and good times, we all were happy and it was fun. And seeing the new nation that was less than a year old transform into uh, the Augustan Federation was a privilege. And I'm happy that I made the friends that I did. And I would like to give a shout out to the government of Mount September, the Council of the Augustan Federation, the Associate Nations of the Augustan Federation, and a special thank you to City Lion for being in the Mayfall bunker. That was a very wholesome moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ame. If you have just joined the Discord recently, like today or yesterday, and you'd like to speak, please send a mod mail just letting us know who you are. Having new members asking to speak is a little sketchy sometimes, so we just want to make sure. And Crimson, you have an invite sent to go next. Low Tough, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Hi. Okay, so I won't be speaking today if not for Ninja Jack repeatedly bullying me, belittling me, disreputing my character, blackmailing me, etc., and otherwise pushing me into doing it. So I'd like to make clear that I resent that. I resent you, Ninja. I resent that you have done this to me, that you've reduced me to this. And I know that I will never be whole for the psychological tortures that you have played upon me during this server and those leading up to it. Hope to meet you one day. I'll buy you a drink or something. Anyway, just want to be clear, that isn't the only person. I have a list of people here who I do need to tell I resent and have, grudges with, etc. I won't, I understand practically I'm not going to be able to get through most of that. So I'm just going to go through a couple of bits and bobs. First off, Samfels, Courtney, hi. You have, for as long as I've been trying to create the city of Carson, you have been trying to, I guess, passively aggressively undermine the efforts. Like the whole thing where you and Small came over and tried helping out. Appreciated it, really did, until I noticed that you were absolutely stealing things from the chest without telling me, and you just the whole constant thing where you were saying that I either was doing the right kind of socialism and then not doing the right kind of socialism. It just tore my heart apart because it took me a while to realize that you only saw me as someone to be subordinated into your nation and into your wider scheme. And I mean, it's only the only thing that really pisses me off about it is that, you know, as a masochist, that works for me. So I guess I'm fine with it. I don't know. Oh, now we're done with that speech. I want to give a shout out to the 5 vaults which I've been pulled in that I can remember through the course of the server. First off, Mir Thansfrax, very cool. Didn't expect to end up there. I think I was out for a week. Want to be clear, I fully knew I was trespassing for at least most of the time that I was trespassing there. Apologies for that. Nyasaland, that one kind of hurt. Just oof, adrenaline in my blood. Oof. But yeah, I was in Nyasaland. Oh yeah, I was also in Kill Vault for that one. I forgot. So that's free, and also Doverfell in Imperial Druidance. I think it was Arccentori in Kalos, and the Crucible in Colombia. 6 vaults, all very nice. Some of them I got to enter of my own free will. All of them, at one point, I was put in forcibly. So you know what? That's cool. I'm not resentful. I'm fine with that. And you know what? I accept that I did some regrettable things, some poorly considered things. Actually, you know, sometimes I just did things without thinking about them at all. Yeah. Anyhow, other things. I stole cars in this iteration. Very fun. Didn't really expect that I was going to do it, but I just sort of got started, and then I had done. Really quite fun. If you want to check that out on, you know, the rehosts later, feel free to. I was really quite chuffed with it. Just kind of different looking to the old Carlson, same proportions, kind of some of the same ideas. But yeah, it was a sweet thing. I really enjoyed making that, and I enjoyed meeting some of the people. I didn't expect anyone else to be coming in to help me build Carlson because it was just me. But it turns out if you dig a big enough pit, then people will just fall in, and if you don't let them leave, you've got citizens now. I'm really glad to have picked up that bit of information because it's going to be so helpful in future iterations. So, yeah, thank you, Utavai. Thank you, Valhalla. Thank you to the Ukrainian fellows who helped me out right at the top of that. Really would not have been able to get a start on hollowing out of the bottom bit without you. Thanks to all the CCCP people who helped out and came along. Again, I'm not going to thank you, Ninja. You did nothing but slow me down during that entire process. The whole bit where you came in and demanded I build you a throne, completely useless. That did nothing for me. Nothing. Greltan, Itavai, both of you, so helpful. Mummy Bundles, you are a lovely person. I've really enjoyed being around you on multiple server iterations, and you did some amazing work this time in Carson. Yeah. While I'm just showing out past server iterations, Danzalona represent. Always love my crew in Danzalona. You know, had big effects on me. I like you guys. You're swell. U3P? Kind of a more balanced picture, you know, like I like you guys. But also, as established with Ninja, bane of my existence, you have encarved scars upon my mental tissue that will never heal. But that's okay, because sometimes things just happen, you have to move with them, you know? Oh yeah, Civclassic ending. I didn't mention that. It's a shame. I'm going to miss this place a lot. I really enjoyed a lot of places on here. I'm going to miss it a lot. Didn't play for most of this server, which, you know, fair enough. What was the whole big wars you were doing? Kind of a shit show. But I enjoyed being back on here this year and, you know, mapping out pretty much the entirety of the map. Isn't really saying that much, because smaller radius and higher render distance really made that a lot easier. I was pretty much
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut you off just because we have
I
we
have
just have
you guys
a large queue
no,
of people
you have
who
so
want
many
to
people.
talk.
I understand.
And I'm actually
Have fun,
gonna.
Chandler. I'll see you around. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. We're gonna try out, I think, a 5-minute time limit to start with and see how that goes. Sorry to the people who didn't get to just ramble on forever, but I don't want this to go on all day. I do have other things to do, as I'm sure many of you do as well. So, Kiki, you're going to be up next. Go ahead, Crimson.
All right, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to come in and say hello and thank you all. This has been a incredible server, and really for me, I've been around Civ since the fall of Columbia in 1.0, so around 2012-ish, mid 2012, and Gensokyo has been here, been in Civ Classic specifically since before the water started falling, is how I've always described it. And honestly, part of the reason that I've stayed in Civ for so long and I've worked so hard to try to help Civ thrive and survive for so long is because it's just such a life-changing tool for so many people. It helps people learn skills that they would have never been able to do otherwise. It helps people learn how to negotiate, how to lead, all of that kind of thing, skills that will carry them very far in their lives, and it's one of the very few opportunities people have to learn them. And I want to say thank you. I want to thank you all for working so hard to make this server happen and for being a part of it. So thank you.
Thanks, Crimson. Wacky Aki, you're going to be up next, and go ahead, Kiki. Kiki, are you there? We cannot hear you. All right, Kiki, I'm going to move you back to the audience. You can request to join to speak again if you can sort out your audio issues. Aki, if you want to go, TV Man is going to be up next.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Is it working?
Yep.
All right, sweet.
You're
First, before I start thanking people, I want to apologize to the multiple women that I have stood up on multiple dates, study sessions, hanging out stuff, because I was doing stuff in Civ. I think everyone's heard the story about how I stood a woman up because I was placing bastions in NYC. So and then in Karmic Balance, I did get stood up on a date. I was going to go to the Lexington Vault Break. I was invited, and I said, "Well, I have a date." And BG, and I quote, said, "Don't don't get cucked. Go on that date." And so I was like, "Okay, fine." And then I got stood up. So I guess it all kind of equaled out at the end. Body count, RK Falcon, 0. I apologize. I'm sorry. Civ comes first. Now, I do want to thank a lot of people. First, I want to thank everyone in this community. I know that I get into Discord and subreddit PvP battles with all of you, but truly, I do respect and thank all of you for being such a huge part of my life so far. It's been literally years of me playing on this server, and so I just want to thank all of you for being such a stable group of friends. I want to thank UWaddle especially. I know just recently I was elected the leader of UWaddle. So I want to thank all of you for putting your faith into me. I want to thank especially people like Neotide, BG, Yurgo, Moko, Mechanical, the rest of you for being such great and close friends. I know I only have 5 minutes. Sorry, I would name all of you if I could. I do want to thank BG especially. I've had a bit of a character arc through Civ. I used to be like an absolute piece of shit shitter, and BG not only saved me from that life, but he's also helped me in real life a lot, and I have an immense amount of respect for him. I'd like to thank everyone in the UDF, Columbia. I'd like to thank Icenia. I'd like to thank IT. I'd like to thank everyone in Sado, so like Yaltlin, Selshire, Commonwealth. All of you guys have made my time in Civ really great. I'm glad that I was able to play with all of you. I would also like to thank everyone who showed up to the very first Olympics. That was a whole lot of fun. I had a lot of fun organizing that with Feathercrown. He deserves a whole lot of respect for that one too. I'd like to thank everyone else for running the Olympics after that. I know that a ton of different nations have been able to run it, and my PC kind of sucked back in the day, so I wasn't able to go to a lot of them. But thank you all for continuing that tradition. I look forward to playing with all of you. I'm now getting requested that I tell everyone that NYC never fell. I don't mean that in a spiteful way. I mean that in a holy shit. I've lived in NYC longer than I've lived anywhere else IRL. But I want to thank all of you. If any of you are in the Colorado area, I know that it's cold out there. So I just want all of you to know, keep those heaters on. It's gonna be a cold one. All right, thank you all. Thank you for letting me speak, and I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful next iteration. I hope you all have a wonderful end of the world party and a wonderful holidays. Thank you.
Thanks, Aki. Next up is going to be Saren Solaris, and in the meantime, go ahead, TV man.
Oh, this is nerve-wracking. I didn't have much in mind to say, other than I joined Civ in 2014, which is a very long time ago. It's certainly been a lot of my time has been spent engaging with people on Civ, especially when I was younger, being my main social connection. So it's quite a large impact on my life. Not as much recently though, because I'm actually busy doing stuff. But I thought it would be nice to at least say like thanks to everything. I know a lot of people that I really like on Civ, and I could not possibly name them all. And yeah, I'm not sure I have any significant stories really, because I don't really do much, because I don't like to I can't PvP, and I hate grinding for materials, so I'm practically useless. Oh, a body count. I mean, depending on how you define it, it could be 6, but we're not hanging on that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I just say it's really fun. I've had lots of fun times with a lot of people. This kind of server is something I've dreamt of for like ages. Of course, in real life, it's not as fun as you think it might be as a child. Just like a fun simulated world where everybody's doing stuff like it's a dream. Anyway, I guess I'll round it off quickly by like saying, God bless MTA, God bless the UNC, God bless Gabon, God bless Gensokyo, God bless TVTF. Oh yeah, sure. There you go. This is something I'll do quickly. I'll crown Animema as Emperor of TVtopia because I don't fucking do anything. He does. He built the map art. Like he's a very important member. He can be emperor now. I'm gonna retire to heaven because I've got to finish my degree and maybe do a PhD. But anyway, have fun, everybody. Join RECraft. There you go. That's my message.
All right, thanks, TV man. Saren has not accepted, so Fox 5000102 is next on the list with obtainable spatula right behind either one of you. All right. Take it away whenever you're ready, Fox.
All right. Let me get my list out. And maybe, what time is it? Okay, 5 minutes. So, yeah, I guess I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I joined kind of the Civ genre around the end of 2.0. I remember finding I guess I was wandering around. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was wandering around MTA, and I found Larry Black, and he's like, "Hey, I've got like this town you could join and be part of." And I'm like, "Cool." And so I spent a whole 2 hours walking with him to the other side of the world. And then he's like, "Here we are," and it's just a field. So that was a nice introduction. I guess he didn't have a town yet. But he was part of Gensokyo, and I've hung out with him for a while. And yeah, I guess since then I've been around. I played as part of Gensokyo, had a good time. I guess more recently and for a while now, I've kind of been less interested in normal Civ gameplay. So I remember at the start of Civclassics, I kind of mapped. I'm a bit eccentric, but I mapped like 1/3 of the world when there wasn't really any maps. And I think most of that data managed to get itself onto CC map eventually. I guess I've spent the last year making bots on Civ. I'm kind of a quiet player. I guess I haven't been kind of like interested in what I do, my work, instead of the community at times. But I think a significant number of people may know me, or at least some of the stuff I've done. I've built several bots for farming wheat and trees, a digging bot that was digging chunks, and travel bot, which is the biggest projects I've made, which is a bot that will travel around the world. And regrettably, I don't think I really made a good, like, a few people have set up with that. I don't think I made a nice tutorial that got many people into that. So I don't know how many people are using TravelBot personally, but I did have its data set. I got carried away and kind of mapped all the paths in the entire world, which rounded up to be, I think, 2 million meters. And that became kind of the flagship data on CC Map for a while. So I think that was a good contribution to the community. It's for some reason it's not on CC Map right now. I'm not sure why, but that's fine. If you've seen Birch Doors connecting rail lines, that was me. So whether you know me or not, I've been around. I think there was the occasional instance where people might have been aggravated by that mapping or Birch Doors or whatever, but I think overall it was a positive. It was a good thing, and I met a lot of amazing people along the way. Thank you to everyone who didn't pearl me. I tried to be kind of receptive and seeing accommodating what people wanted and didn't want. I guess, yeah, for the past, it's been since the end of the 2.0, so I kind of feel like a part of me grew up on Civ, and I don't know exactly what the future holds. If there is a new Civ map, I don't know that I want to spend the time manually mapping 2 million meters of paths again. But it's been a good run, and I just wanted to say thank you for everyone in the community, admins, developers, just players in general, for making the whole thing a good experience. And I hope that I could have, contributed to making it somewhat of a good experience for you. So I guess that's all I had to say.
Thanks, Fox. We'll go on to Obtainable Spatula, and then Saren, you can go after that.
Yep.
Thanks. Hi everyone. I may be a controversial figure, but I'd like to thank each and every one of you, either way, both friends and enemies, for it's not just the friends who have fueled me to go on to where Imperial Students is today, but also the people I disdain. My actual enemies and my friendly enemies, like Isenia. I love Isenia, but I hate Isenia. IT started out back in 2019, so we're not that old, but we're not new either. It was on the 1st of April. Good times. I'd also like to thank a couple of our own citizens, especially Icy and Generic, for keeping this ship sailing whenever I'm not playing. Also, thank you, Bez, for being a literal god. And also, Eldrin, Twiggles, and the good Bog Knight for their contributions. I'd also like to thank Naglifer for keeping me fueled with hatred, along with Amelrit and any other scum. Death to fascists, long live the Soviet Union. Thanks.
Thank you. Next up, we're going to bring in Henry to go after Saren. And just so you know, guys, I've stopped the requests as it is. We're going to be here for a little while. I might even cut it off early as it is. So I'm sorry if everyone doesn't get to speak, but I mean, this is already more than we were planning for. So yeah, go ahead, Saren.
Oh, guys, it's been years. Holy shit. Can y'all hear me well? Is my mic working?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm not gonna go deep into my history here. I feel like everything's already a public record, so I just wanna dedicate my speech to a more personal touch and to all of my friends that I've made along the way. You guys were fucking hilarious, and to all the people who endured all the countless hours PvPing me on Helios, Astra, and all these countless PvP servers. I don't know how you guys do it. You sit there hours listening to me, trying to unlock the secrets to PvP. Some of you guys made it, some of you guys didn't. But sheesh. I wish Santa and JKH were here right now. Good pals. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're at work right now. But I wish I could have been making this speech with them. They're my very good pals. Swift, you're a homie. Druid, God bless. Lucky Cruz, mwah. Who else? Fuck. Convoy, God bless. God bless Convoy. Convoy started my trip here. Lysica, yes, you. You're great too. British Wanderer, Kiki, Kayla. I'm trying to think of all the names here. Shout out to most of you for being absolute homies. I hold no resentment to anybody here. You all were great in your own way with your own pretty wacky quirks, but you all made pretty interesting characters. And let me think. One few more things. And yes, goddamn, I wish you guys could enable PvP here right now. I don't know. I want to crit everybody out in this room. I think it'd be fitting. Please enable PvP for like 1 moment. Uno momento, please. Can anybody do that? Please?
I can.
Please?
No.
No, come on, man.
You didn't say
maybe,
when?
Maybe after it's all over.
Maybe it's all over. Okay. Well, I want to do like 1v100. Alright, carpets is bad for health potions. Do remember that, guys. Don't be retarded. Don't make my mistakes, guys. Let me be a lesson to all future shitters. Don't do stupid shit, or you might eat a very, very, very long pro sentence. Yep. Anyway, that was it. Lexington won. Bye bye, guys.
Thanks, Saren. All right, British Wanderer, you're up next. Henry, go ahead.
Thank you. Imagine, if you will, the wasteland that is the internet in bloom. A vast world emerging from the darkness in the space of a month and enduring for more than 4.5 years. A role-playing game that writes itself using the most dynamic thing found on planet Earth, the human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything. And all this requiring no more than a sandbox with per block permissions and survival constraints. So essentially a Minecraft server with survival oriented per block permission plugin. Possible? No. We've proven that truth 1,000 times over. We have unlocked something that people could have only dreamed of back in the 20th century. Virtual reality in primitive form today, right now. I am proud to be standing here at the pinnacle of our greatest achievement. To be able to look out at our societies, our cities, and say that we've done all right by ourselves. I would like to give special thanks to the people of the Workers' Party for acting as a vehicle for more socialist and freedom-minded people to find each other, join a town, and always spur us to be better people. I would also like to give special thanks to all the citizens of Albion, our sister city, in Mount Augusta, for forming with us our XP political and building cooperative. Nothing that had been built in Mount Augusta would have been possible without them. Special thanks to the 597 Smith T7G for being so committed to our community's legal system, social consciousness, and integrity. Thank you for everyone in downtown MTA, Holy Tree, and Francis Point. And of course, thank you to both Sato/Mirror for being great participants in one of the server's most interesting conflicts to occur on our doorsteps. And, not probably me to death. Mount September, I'm filled with regret that your formation was the death of our town. The violence from both sides was not the answer, and I am sorry that I could not do anything to change that. We had an opportunity to be like family, but let's look to the future. I do hope that the end of this server becomes the end of this conflict. God bless Civcraft, and God bless all the people of Mount Augusta.
Thank you, Henry. Next up is going to be Shady Sauce. And go ahead, British Wanderer.
Thank you. I don't really have anything written down, but I'll try to make an okay little speech. I just wanted to give a few words considering where we're all standing. Gabon has honestly been a huge journey, as I'm sure many of you know. We founded it back in 2018, TV Man, myself, and Jamie. And what started as humble beginnings has honestly grown into something that I will treasure probably for a long time to come. It's been such an honor to hang out with everyone who's ever stepped foot into Gabon. Anyone who's just swung by or built a house has honestly contributed so much to the lovely community that we've had, and all the memories that we all treasure for a long time to come. I just want to give a few shout outs to people like Goblin, who built the thing we're standing in right now. Took him about 2 years, but he's honestly, outside of being an amazing builder, he's an amazing friend. They're lovely to hang out with. And I can't thank him enough for putting up with me for 3.5 years. I'd like to give a shout out to Pagef, TV Man, Anime Master, Ari, FK Twink, for all of their lovely help. Evil Fish, for everything they've done for Gabon and everything they've contributed. I'd also like to give a shout out to all of our friends in Lusitania, Lambert, the Augustan Federation. I mean, you could honestly sit here all day. We've made so many great friends and so many lovely moments with everyone. So I'd just like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank the admins as well for creating this beautiful server that has honestly changed a lot of people's lives. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up after Shady Sauce is going to be Enna, who has presumably fixed their microphone.
Am I good to go? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shady Sauce, speaking on behalf of Laconia, which I know can be a bit polarizing, so bear with me. We've had a long road moving on from our past and evolving as a nation, and I'm so happy that we've been given the opportunity to come back with a different playstyle. Since returning, I'd like to think that we've developed good friendships with a number of you that never would have been imaginable 2 to 3 years ago, and I hope these friendships can continue to grow as we move to future iterations. This server has been a crazy ride for all of us, but it's truly been an amazing one as well. I hope you all have had as much fun as we have had in Laconia, and I look forward to playing with you all again in the future. Quick shout out to all of our members, our leaders Fresh Candy and Buck HD, Blue Salvera for working with us to achieve our freedom, and my own personal shout outs to players such as Benny Z, Shade Doom, and Enforcer 15 for giving me personally the resources I needed to get back on my feet and further develop relationships with most of you, especially when others may not have during that time. Thank you guys, that's all.
Thank you so much. After Enna is going to be Kiki. Enna, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Can you hear me this time?
We can.
Excellent. I'd like to say, well, I started out in Valeria, and there was a whole war stuff that went down there, which everyone knows about. But before the whole obby bombing thing, all the guys got themselves locked into a vault defending. I was the only one running around Valeria. That is how I became Queen of Valeria, because there was no one else there, so I just claimed myself. What I'd like to say is, after we joined Columbia as well, thank you to everyone that's been really welcoming to me as an older female. I have not felt comfortable at times with younger males, but that's okay. So I did run away from Columbia, Valeria, and found a lovely home in the CW, and so many friends. And I hope everyone does cherish their friends that they have made on this server and any other servers. And it's the time we put in that makes these things worthwhile. And the thing about the friendships that people talk about on this server, it's because war does happen and things do tend to get real with our emotions. We really put stuff into it, and we do have to trust people, and that is what builds friendships. And I just hope everyone tries to be nice to each other, and because what we put into it is what we get out of it. And as I have said many times to a couple of people, it's negativity breeds negativity, so try to stay as much positive as you can with everyone and in life in general, in the world. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Enna. Up after Kiki is America Leinen. Go ahead, Kiki.
All right. I finally got my mic working. I was using push to talk because I have some family over. Anyways, I'm Kiki. I joined the server about like a year or two ago. I joined with my good pals. We joined NATO, which was probably a mistake, but I liked playing in NATO. It was pretty fun. I just want to say that everybody here, you know, I consider them all my good pals. I don't have any grudges against anybody. Yeah, I hope I can see everybody in the new Civ server all together, living in peace and harmony. No more wars, no more pearling. Yeah, hopefully we can all live in peace one day. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Kiki. Next up on deck is For Apocalypse, For Risen. America, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. So, before I get into the thanks, because there will be several, I wanted to tell a little bit of a fable, if you will. So I, along with Quinn and a couple of other people, founded Vinland back in the beginning of 2018. And we became good friends with our neighbors in Okashima. And shortly after we were founded, probably a month or so, there were some unsavory characters trying to inside Okashima and we handily took care of them. Ended up pearling them. It was Avo. I don't know what name he goes by now in Civ. And Champion Emperor, and a couple of other people who were less important to the story. But we pearled them, held them in my tiny good-for-nothing vault, and as a condition of their release, we decided this might be a good chance to encourage activity. So we said, we've got some land south of Vinland that is not being used. We will release you guys if you stay there and form your own thing, and you guys will be vassals of Vinland. Now, at the time, these guys, we didn't trust them. They were a bit on the shitter side of things. But Avo, especially over time, grew his own little society, invited other people, and developed the nation that is now known as Nromig. And it is, in my opinion, one of the coolest ideas that I think I've seen in my short time on Civ. The idea of different warring tribes within the same borders that have each their own lore and whatnot. But regardless, Avo especially, but several other people within Romig, I grew quite close to them. We became good friends. And I guess the moral of it is, don't necessarily take actions in game as a moral judgment on the person, because you never know where you might make friends in this genre. As for my thanks and well wishes, I guess I have to start with all of you OG Vinlanders. We've got Quinn, OKX, Fallview, Octorus, Neotide. He was in Okashima, but same shit. The Moldovians, the people who kind of cross the border between Vinland and Romig, like Chalk and Didi Moderatori. The rest of Sado, Yoatl, BG, Commonwealth, Brinton especially is a lovely guy. Yalpland, Blue, come visit me sometime. And, I wish I had more time to thank everyone who's made this server awesome. But it was amazing playing with y'all, and I hope to see you on the other side.
Awesome. Thank you. For Apocalypse is not accepted, so MJMC, if you're there, you're up next. And up after that is Naga, not the.
Hello, can you hear me?
Name is actually Naga. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I just want to say, it's a very cool server. I joined about 4 years ago and played in Bloom. It was a lovely experience meeting Truck and Slushy. And I recently played in Eddie Murphy as part of EM Tech. And I want to thank everyone there. It was a very fun experience. That's it. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you. Naga, you're next, and then for Apocalypse for Risen. Go ahead.
Hi everyone. My name is Naga. You guys may know me. I keep hearing you guys say Naga Lover in the chat. Hi everyone. Oh my gosh. So, hi. It's a pleasure to see you guys and talk with you. I see the chat going insane. Hi everyone. Hi. Yes. But I have to say this for the sake of everything. I don't even know if you've ever heard my voice before, but everybody knows that I used to be a little scamp back when I joined. I'm going to let you guys know that I was a big traveler. I remember joining way back in 2.0, and I was a crazy person. Everybody called me crazy. I don't even see if anybody asked me my body count, but it's 5 to 6 people. 5 to 6 people. Yep, 5 to 6 people. And I remember all the crazy things I used to do. I was a maniac. I used to terrorize people. And I was a huge cook when I first joined. I always remember making cakes for my friends and everything, and cookies, and just going crazy. And I remember just trying to obtain work all day long. And that was my thing when I first started in 2.0. And I really have to say that I'm thankful to Yawaddle. You guys are amazing. I've loved you guys since day one. And you guys deserve the most. And I'm going to say I was a bit of a scamp. I'm going to say that I've gotten into trouble, and I've hurt people, and I've grown from those mistakes. And I'm really thankful to me, Kwatili, and just everybody who helped me grow as a person. And I really feel like you guys enriched my life, like many of you said. And I feel like I wouldn't be who I was today without you. Also, you guys, if you guys don't know, yeah, I'm just gonna clear it up now. I'm not Nagaloffer. I'm sorry. I'm somebody else, but yes, yes, you are Nagaloffer. Okay, fine. Yes, I am Nagaloffer. Yeah, I was a little scamp. I'm going to say that back in 2.0, I kind of was I was a little bit of a thief, but that was fine. I always gave everything back. I promise. I promise. I promise. And I had fun. And so whatever this next game, whatever happens next in Civ, whether we shut down entirely, or we move to a new server, or go our separate ways, I hope I see you guys again. I'm serious. I really love you guys. Civ is like nothing else I've ever been on before. And I enjoyed it. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. And I really appreciate it. And also, last thing, Crazy Boy Lady for the win. Bye!
Thank you for your kind words, Naga. Next up after Apocalypse is going to be Bez. Go ahead.
Hey Al. Okay, is this working?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Hi. Another new friend here. Yeah. Very funny. It's kind of funny that the final ceremony is being held in Gabon. I actually joined. When I first joined, I actually spawned in Gabon. So in a way, I'm going back in a circle, back to the beginning to see the world end. I joined, I believe, 4 months ago. I last time I checked. Wait, no, it wasn't August. And yeah, I moved around a bit. I may or may not have robbed every single house I came across because I didn't have any food. Terribly sorry, everyone who saw all their stuff stolen. I promise. I'm sorry. um, I eventually, I believe I got a message from someone, and Walter's Ballin. I don't know if you've heard of him. And yeah, he said, hey, come to Nightwatch. I'll pay you money. so I moved to Nightwatch, and he paid me, which is very good trade deal. Yeah. I eventually ended up moving to Lambat because I decided I might not want to live in the town, especially after a certain someone went mad and flooded the town with lava. Made me leave. Yeah, I don't have that much to say. I founded my own little nation, the SCI. Event and ended up uniting with Lambat, becoming part of Greater Duskwood. Chipper claims I tried to kill him, but that's untrue. If he says I did kill him, try to kill him and assassinate him, he's lying. um. Yeah. Special thanks go out to Banyo and Carpe Diem. I presume. And everyone in Lambat and Lusitania for being very wholesome 100. Special thanks to Apple Radiation for everything. I'm terribly sorry I didn't prepare this at all. And I really hope I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Up after Bez is Lord Chieftain. And Bez, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Hi there. I think most of you have probably heard my name, but I haven't. What should I say? The fact that not a lot of people know me is part of what I want to talk about, because we've now heard a lot from people who've have this long history with participating in that war and doing this and that for so and so many years. Well, I feel like I'm kind of on the opposite of the spectrum, where I didn't really play all that much. The mechanics never really gelled for me. And that's not to demolish the work of the admins or anything like that. That's a personal problem. But when me and my friends founded Imperial Trudens, what my goal was to create a society, so to speak, to have the fun role-playing action that this server seemed to offer. And that's been, for me, the greatest thing about the server. Because again, I haven't really been playing all that much, but pretty much every day since I quit consistently playing, I've been checking the Reddit, I've been checking the Discord when I was on there, the wikis. I just love all the role-playing things people put together, the nation building, the art. Shout out to all the IT guys who make the lovely art, Bog Knight, Seldrin, Spat with the maps, of course everybody else who made maps. Anything else? I just feel like the nation building aspect can go a bit underappreciated, and I just love everything that people have put together. So thank you all. Join the truth, faith, or die in hell. Thank you.
Thank you, Bez. Up after Lord Chieftain, we have Physics Gamer. I promise we're almost done. There's just a couple more people. Go ahead. I'm going to actually bring in Michael War as well. Go ahead and accept those invites. And Lord Chieftain, go ahead when you're ready.
All right. Hey, everyone. I won't pontificate for too long, but I want to take this opportunity to make a shout out to the Australian player base. We're a rare breed. There's not many of us, but Gabon is a fine example of what we've contributed to this community. It's very hard having to match time zones with you Amera burgers and Europause, but you all make it worth it. shout out to the Arsenians, Chris, Laggy, Quanton, Soundtech, and so on. We turned a backwater shithole into one of the biggest hubs of activity on the map for months on end. And to all the people I may have butt heads with throughout the years, God knows there are several. I've raised you from my mind. Also, shout out to the brave Taliban soldiers in Afghanistan who fought one against foreign occupation, inshallah. I look forward to seeing all of you soon in the following iteration. Go touch some grass. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Peace.
All right, thank you. Physics Gamer, I think you were next. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Physics Gamer, obviously. I'm the person that Alador mentioned whenever he was speaking. It's really weird already being at the end, honestly, because I joined 4 months and 5 days ago, which I checked during, about an hour ago, and went to Icenia the same day, and 3 days later applied for citizenship. Honestly, it went by really fast. I met a lot of people in Icenia that I consider to be friends now, and it was interesting to learn about the history, honestly. And I look forward to being able to make history in the next iteration with all of you.
Thanks, Physics Gamer. Micah War, you're next. Oh, I guess not. Courtney, go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, I gotta unmute you. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. This is Santa's not fault. It's a lie. I joined 2.0 back in 2013, so it's weird to me to see so many new friends that have been speaking here today. Kind of insane. But I won't take long. I've been here since server started. I saw it all from when Pripyat didn't exist to now with the Augustan Federation. All a bunch of great people. Love you all. But my final notes are obviously the winner of this iteration was the CCCP. As always, the communists win again. And to leave you all, trans rights.
Awesome. And because he has finally shown up, our first speaker I want to invite to speak, Greggy, if you still wanted to say something, go ahead and accept that invite. I'm sure we would all love to hear from you. All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Hey,
No speech prepared. Free Taiwan, free Tibet. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Thank you, Greggy. And to close us out today, we have some closing thoughts from Shade Doom. Shade? Yes, I invited you. I don't really know how it works. Oh, there you go.
All right, sorry, I've never used the stage mode, so.
Take it away.
Well, the first thing I would like to say before I get into it is just, a quick thanks to everybody who's helped build up and stuck with Columbia, and an extra special thanks to some of the people who've been with me and helping support me this whole time. Lemur, Doomad, Sir Boss, Smalls, who most of you would probably know as Legality. Also, thank you to everybody that came to the End of the World Columbia Olympics the other day. That was an absolute blast of a time. And I didn't prepare anything today, but I'm also not just going to waffle for a few minutes, or at least that's not what I want to do. So I thought that I would just read you guys a nice little story. So this is Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. I am Sam. I am Sam. Sam I am. That Sam I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Would you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Would you like them here or there? I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. But would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox? Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Would you, could you, in a car? Eat them, here they are. I would not, could not in a car. You may like them, you will see. You may like them in a tree. I would not, could not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there, and I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. A train, a train, a train, a train. Could you, would you on a train? Not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, let me be. I would not, could not in a box. I would not, could not with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I will not eat them here or there. I will not eat them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Say, in the dark, here in the dark, would you, could you in the dark? I would not, could not in the dark. Would you, could you in the rain? I would not, could not in the rain. Not in the dark, not on a train, not in a car, not in a tree. I do not like them, Sam, you see. Not in a house, not in a box, not with a mouse, not with a fox. I would not eat them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. You do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. Could you, would you, with a goat? I would not, could not with a goat. Would you, could you on a boat? I could not, would not on a boat. I will not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain, not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. You do not like them, so you say. Try them, and you may. Try them, and you may, I say. Sam, if you let me be, I will try them, and you will see. And then he tried them. Say, I like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam I am. And I would eat them in a boat, and I would eat them with a goat, and I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train, and in a car, and in a tree. They are so good, you see. So I will eat them in a box, and I will eat them with a fox, and I will eat them in a house, and I will eat them with a mouse, and I will eat them here and there. Say, I will eat them anywhere. I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam I am. And that includes story time with Shade Doom, so thank you all for playing Civ Classics. It's been a very fun, chaotic, and just very full 4.5 years. So thank you everyone, and rest in peace the server. Back to you, Teal.
Thanks, Shade. So that concludes our official End of the World party. I want to thank you all again for coming and for making this server so special and successful. Obviously, there's a lot of you here. If you want to stick around and hang out, I've opened up requests again. If anyone wants to speak, to anyone who wants to stick around, go for it. But that is the official end. If you were waiting for that and you want to go, feel free to go now. Micah War, since your mic broke, we're going to bring you back in. But yeah, thanks everybody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, I'd just like to say a few things as one of the few Civ dads on the server. I joined the server in 2017, in fact, June 2017. I was brought here by L.I.S and joined the Commonwealth at CW. I'd particularly like to give a shout out to the CW, who I found to be an extremely welcoming, friendly, and helpful nation, and particularly some of the older ones, Milo, Peter, Nico, Lodish, of course, specific language, and Marzipan, who were the main teachers as far as the Civ genre is concerned. Thank you to those, and to the council. I'd like to thank the admins for the server. It's been really good, particularly Marzipan and Wings Zero. And for Marzipan, I'd like to thank him for dumping me in the position of Prime Minister of the Commonwealth for nearly 6 months after he left being an admin. A very interesting experience. And I'd like to thank all the people who supported me during that time. Unlike probably most of the players on here, I have no one on this server who I actually would like to bitch about. I have never had an opportunity of being taken apart on the server, or pearled, or berated. So my experience as far as this community is concerned has been very positive, and I'd like to thank you all. Whatever happens as far as the future is concerned, as far as the new server or any other server, hopefully I'll see some of you. There's one short story I would like to finish with, and I'd like to thank Baggy for refusing or ignoring my request to join the admin team or as a super friend until Frenzen actually vouched for me, who then invited me. But by that time, I had already joined in the work as far as Civ Realms is concerned. And actually, you refusing me opened me the opportunity to work on the Realm server. So thank you very much personally, Baggy, for that, because it wouldn't have happened without that. I'd just like to close by saying thank you for all the time, and I hope you're all safe and all the best for the future. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Just a quick announcement, we've enabled PvP and also given everyone access to the, I'm giving access to the game mode command if you want to go into creative or spectator or whatever and fly around. You should be able to do that now.
I guess it was not a good idea to give everyone tridents right before that.
You gave everyone what?
Tridents, max stats,
Oh.
everything.
Maybe not. It looks like everyone's died. But luckily they can always just warp back here. Yeah, so we'll just continue hearing from people if people want to keep talking. Again, the End of the World party is officially over. So now we're just kind of hanging out. Blue, if you wanted to.
Yeah, sure. I'll say a few words. So, first of all, thank you everyone so much for coming to the server in the first place, for helping all the admin team see this vision through of having a server that emulates Civcraft 2.0 and continues to carry on the torch of what we really believe Civ to be. It's been so much fun through the fun and the turmoil, having the opportunity to play with all of you. I know that there's always a perception that groups like Yaltland and Mir are big, evil, scary forces out to get you. I can assure you, 9 out of 10 times, we are not. That 1 out of 10 times is correct, though. We certainly are. But 9 out of 10 times, we're not. And with that, I definitely do want to shout out some people who made this server a significantly better place and made it much more enjoyable than it would have otherwise been. Obviously, the biggest shout out goes to Frenzen. Without Frenzen, Yaltland would not have done anything this server really for the past few years. Frenzen deserves the utmost praise for all the work he has done, and I couldn't have honestly thought of anyone else better who could have handled it than him. Other praise goes to Awu. Without Awu, Yaltland would have collapsed, and much of the server would have collapsed. So thank you so much. I know you're not Hero Woo, but thank you so much for everything you've always done. Other notable shout-outs, obviously, all the winners in Yaltland: Greg, Tankbuster, Thoth, Soul, Quinn, Callum, Diet, our glorious Chancellor One Drop, Shafa, and obviously all of our beautiful allies who are winners as well, including Mir, everyone from Santa to Walkers to Lysica to Icinia to Enforcer 15 to Yodel to BG to Varconia to Mikhail to Columbia, Shade Doom, and anyone else, Commonwealth especially, thank you. It's been really a pleasure to play with all of you guys. It's been such a long ride, but we've really done some cool things together. I think that the most important thing that has happened is that throughout all the years, even though there's been conflict, lulls, and there's been conflict acceleration, there have always been interesting things going on in Civ. People building, people doing economic activity, people fighting wars. Everything has always been present under the sun, and it's never been stale. Even though some people say it has, it really hasn't. I'm looking forward to seeing some more of this cool activity that we have seen on classics continue on to different iterations, whichever iteration takes the torch in the future. And I just want to thank you all again for playing.
Courtway?
Hello?
Hey,
Is this working?
we can hear you.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, I sit before you all in front of my computer with the Minecraft launcher 1/3 updated in the middle of the Louisiana rain, unable to join the end of the world party. But even so, it's really cool to be here and to be amongst you all. I joined Civ originally in Civcraft 3.0 with Adina. Not Adina, Aquila, excuse me. And that was the introduction to something that has stuck with me for pretty much my entire high school and going into college life. I've made lifelong friends like Mr. Llama and many others, and it's led me to where I am now as the founder of Acadia, which I have to say is my biggest, like one of my most proud things in the server. To know that I and others have helped foster a community, not even necessarily about Civ, just in general, is one of the greatest feelings. To know that I helped people make friendships as I once have in the beginning is something I'll never get over. To all of my friends in Acadia, Bloof, Tomatin, and Fish, Seeking, and others across the world, I've met people and made friendships that will stick with me for an extremely long time. And as we go into the future, I just want to say thank you to the admins of all of the Civ servers and all of those yet to be for allowing people to build communities and to make friendships and to create bonds that are lasting. Thank you.
Let's see. Chris Crispy wants to speak again. Go ahead. Okay, no Chris Crispy. Capre Diem. Okay, no Capre. Comrade Nick.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say appreciate Teal, please, one final time. That's all.
Thank you, Nick. Hitmen is up next. Go ahead. Okay, no hit. Oh, there he is.
Hello?
All right.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
I didn't know how to accept it. Okay, I just want to say, Big Chungus. Thank you. That's all, everybody.
Thank you so much for that. That was very special and important. Quicksilver.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Sweet. Some of you guys probably know me. I've stuck my head in a couple times, but I've been a very inconsistent player. I just wanted to say, as this kind of comes to the close, because I never got a chance to really get involved in the original Civ. It was a privilege to, play with all you guys, and I definitely met a lot of really great people playing on this server. It's been experience like nothing else. Even if I was never involved in any of the wars or anything, just being around you guys and the culture and the history was fantastic. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Sorry, guys, that game mode didn't seem to work. Minecraft permissions are difficult. But Civ Legacy will be launching soon. I'm hoping to get it set up by the end of the weekend. So at that point, you'll be able to explore Civclassic, Civcraft, and Devoted to your heart's content. I actually need to go, so I'm going to hand the running of this off to Boggy or Marzipan if either of them wants to. And if not, I am going to go ahead and close this event.
I think it's just best if we just end it. I don't know if anyone else needs to speak, honestly.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you everyone for coming once again. It's been great.